should be so lucky as to be defeated by Alistair the Great.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane...
See, I'm here on... well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here. There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either. What they want in Hunter's Edge, I came south seeking the Legion's help. Only to find it... well, comrade. I hadn't thought... I need a contingent. I've been scouting Sicil for some time now. And I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the Count. Well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion. I know this place like the back of my hand by now. And the orcs up north will be short work for a trained-up trio of sauce hunters.
Certain enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Fortune? Ha! He should be so lucky as to be defeated by Alistair the Great.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend.
Pointless chatter with strangers does so thrill me. How did you know? Please continue interrupting my drink if you'd be so kind. How curious of you to show interest in a lonesome stranger at the bar. Let me answer by saying that who I am is hardly any of your business. So you've wrangled a position in the Fabulous Five, have you? I'm fairly brimming with enthusiasm. You've been sent after Ahu's insane robot, I understand. Do you imagine that while you're busy being crushed by that abomination, I'll manage to get through a whole drink, distraction-free?
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the northern cave?
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lying.
It's you. Just the person to answer a... Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your investigation, but I can't open this door for anyone.
Tell me, Alistair.
Watch out! Now. The fierce stench of frightened source goblin.
Excuses,
Actually, I think that's only roast pig.
Ah, yes, of course. This time.
Welcome to the Town Hall of Sicil. May assess...
My, what a strong and handsome officer you are, kind Septimus. You must have fought many a battle, am I right? In fact, I bet you're a real war hero.
Oh, I'm no hero, Esmeralda, dearest. I'm just doing my duty, for the Legion.
Well, you certainly are my hero. The rock upon which I may rest my weary soul in these trying and troubled times. So that item interests you, yes? I can let you have it for a very reasonable price indeed. Lords above, grant me patience. You're a source hunter, aren't you? Here because you think I killed my husband. How many times do I am Esmeralda, wife of Jake, and now, alas, his widow. Poor man. We were both, like I told just about every legionnaire in town. I don't know anything about... So what happened? Some of them tittle-tattling crab chasers down the pub call me a murderous gold digger and you believe them? Well, what do you want to know?
She seems to be quite adamant about her innocence.
We'll need
Legions, greetings. I have been informed about your heroics on the beach. Were that I had been there to partake in the battle. But my duties lie here, sworn as I am to protect Lady. So fair a lady I have seldom seen. Steadfast will I guard her. Never will I waver unless... Jake's murder is, in a word, a tragedy. He was well loved in all of Sicile. I am Septimus, 7th son. And what questions are those?
Oh, I could do with a cold drink.
Feeling hot under the collar.
You there! Cut it out!
Toasty!
Greetings! These stores are for our Legion troops. Rivellon's finest work up mighty fine apple. Better to evacuate this place while there's still some left to save, I say. Go whilst...
Don't let that rooster escape. He's already on the menu for tonight.
The chicken has the right to live too.
Yes, let's pop...
Why did you let my chicken escape? You let my chicken escape? Looks like it's you.
I'll be disfigured for life. Greetings! These stores are for our Legion troops. Rivellon's finest work up mighty fine
Face
appetite
furious.
service.
She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly'll be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to try it, Screech woman.
The beast speaks? So you've half a brain behind that feral maw, have
Sorry,
you?
sir.
The cretin's question crossed her lips and aped an air of aptitude.
Hey, Tull, I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Furious. You'll only encourage it. Hey, who's that then?
Easy, Tull. That's the source hunter you're talking to.
She may have the look of a woman if you squint hard enough. We got reports of a strange-looking outsider. I tapped her on the shoulder to see what was what.
Bit Tull you right in the face, she did. It wasn't pretty.
Enjoy it while you can, Ver. There's not another legionnaire in the cohort that'll have you if I go rabid.
Well, that's to be decided. She doesn't seem to be sick, despite Tully's...
Perhaps it'd be worth taking this stranger under our wing.
After all, a fearless...
Well, that's a relief, ain't it?
Heed me, Source Hunter. She's not good for any...
Private.
Sir, no, sir.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! March!
Source Hunter. I have heard tales both grand and terrible about the world. In Home Forest, every creature acts according to the nature of its kind. Birds frighten easily, badgers fear little. But amongst men, there are no guarantees.
March! Recruits, that was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Those boots will embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Those boots will embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! March!
It is strange to stand with one foot in the forest and the other in the city, Source Hunter. I am glad that now I have you standing beside me. Even if one burns hot while the other wheezes cold.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! March! Recruits!
Perhaps in time I will come to know my own kind as you have. And perhaps then... You say you will take me under your wing. But I see no feathers. Are you a child of the birds, as I am of the bears? In truth, this is a relief. Your world is made with rules I have not yet memorized. And so the lonely babe was fed upon the wild mother's milk and cast aside from humankind. He, the wise godwolf Amira, raised the child Threes among her litter. So you see, I have good company. Threes the wolfson, and I the bear daughter. Ask freely, my friend.
That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again.
Your city is far more wild than Home Forest. In Home Forest, the rules are clear. In Home Forest, your strength and speed deter. Here, a tiny screech woman, no swifter than a mudworm, might confine you into a tiny cage. And one must wait for a kind stranger to grant freedom.
Sicilian stew. Again.
That's it, troops. Train up while you can. The next orcish strike could land at any moment.
How can I help you, my friend? But certainly. What would you... Oh, I am but a wizard. A guardian of man and beast. And indeed, I am both. My body, like any other, is bound to temporal decay. My task upon this earth is to protect the heart of nature. You see, my one desire is to witness a world in which every mother looks around her and purrs with calm contentment. For she knows that to my great regret, none of them purr as yet. Oh, that'll never happen. Granted, a witch could make the polymorph permanent if she'd enchant me in my cat. I'm my own wizard, you know, and I don't intend to become anyone's familiar.
What have we here, then? A so-called source hunter, eh? Well, look, do what you must in Sicil. Gods above! Some politician snuffs it and everyone's in an uproar. Ridiculous! I told that wizard brat of an Ahu not to bother. Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop. The scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. Esmeralda is Jake's wife. Well, widow. Everyone in town, down to the crabs on the beach, is convinced she killed him. What? You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed anyone? Hardly. But I won't stand for such nonsense. If you bring evidence before me...
Attention! About face!
Tall snake, wing of worm, brew and spice and stir and churn.
I'm straight. I'm true. Paris by the cousins.
Not in the mood for cheese. That excuse is more hose than a slice of this fine almanac.
I travel around and...
Aaron and his many friends is the man with many cheeses. Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Heavenly herring, delicious dogfish. Yours for a scrap of gold each.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the Lord Cave?
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that...
Providing you can afford it, I'll be happy to supply you with all the gear you'll need while swinging swords alongside the Fabulous Five. Providing you can afford it, I'll be happy to supply you with all the gear you'll need while swinging swords alongside the Fabulous Five. Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Fortune? Ha! He should be so lucky as to be defeated by Alistair the Great.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend.
Greetings, greetings. Oh, you are most welcome in my chamber.
Customers rarely find me up here, that I am. I have spent more of my life on the road travelling alongside great caravans than I have in any given place in Rivellon. All of this earth is my home, for a few days or even but a few hours at a time, that is. You wouldn't believe some of the things I have seen. How gratifying to see you return. You are quickly becoming my favorite customer.
Stop right there. Until not exactly the friendliest bloke, the captain, is he? Well, your reward for getting your ear chewed off is a walt.
Is this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone. Somehow it sends us flying into the stars.
Terrible, terrible, terrible! It will consume us all! By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? Two Rivellonians here? At the end of space and time? How very, very, very curious. Perhaps my newfound comrade, but that is hardly our chiefest concern. It's good you appeared, however you did it. Precise so, but I suppose I should make a proper introduction. 6x the... at last a question I can answer most definitively. Time ought naturally to have no end at all. Indeed, I can think of no worse nightmare for a chronicler such as myself. Show, don't tell, I always say. So go.
Quite mad.
You looked. You saw. Terrifying, isn't... What's this? The portal. It's... The portal. It's quite sprung to life, just like the long dormant... You, dear stranger, you must be the key. Something about your presence, those torches, a light, this portal active once more. It cannot be coincidence. Though I cannot say for certain. In fact, every last question that ever plagues your noggin might well be answered. But why spoil the mystery? As soon... Goodness me, how right you are. There's so much to take. It is the void itself. the dragon that is devouring creation. When I speak of the end of time, I can't say for sure where it came from, how or why, but I do know this. It's shrinking. It's not that I believe. Then, no longer than a few mere moments after you, after... You first, but don't dilly-dally.
Another piece of trash! One man's trash is another man's trash.
Oh, another one for the collection.
Yes! Just as I hoped! There she is! There it is! Come, don't delay!
And he's off.
It seems the imp has spotted exactly who and what he'd hoped to find here.
Could it be, milady?
Indeed, Sir Imp. As surely as you...
Astounding!
You have brought guests.
My reaction exactly, milady.
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, a stone? So, it was a stone that caused... Not like this, no. Or never had I experienced something so... contrary to my nature. But yours has. You appeared before me from the
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you...
Like the stones, your guests are a mystery to me. I see them before me as source hunters. It would seem that yourselves and Starstone are inextricably linked. Why, and Starstone is not what it seems, Source Hunter. Do you see what violence my work has suffered?
Mysteries of all time, gaps in history.
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch, granting me new thread by which to
I see! What the void would shrink!
Yes. Though I cannot explain why. If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of these stones, the void will consume us, or indeed you must. Though I may not yet understand why. It seems that you and...
Why, of course! That's what they were doing. I have recorded their doings, you see. Collectors of Starstone.
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivellon.
That shall never be, milady. As sure as he's our most mysterious guest, Come, I got something for you if you're up to
Not a moment ago, we were hunting source in Rivellon. And now we're being told that we alone can prevent the end of time by way of some magical stones. What do you make?
We can't deny our reaction to Starstone. There must be something to all...
No matter how improbable.
How welcome you are upon this...
The glint in your gaze and the set of your brow suggest to me that you not give... No, with you searching out Starstone, I believe we'll mend the tapestry. But you'll need a way to travel between Rivellon and this homestead, won't you? Who wouldn't want to... Luckily, the power of portals is known to you, so off you go then. You've Starstone to find, and I've a tapestry to... Like the imp said to the ballista operator, shoot! Wouldn't it just... Just like yourselves, Starstone, from what I can gather, ruins, caves. Neither do I. but the mere fact that activated Starstone has set the Weaver of Time weaving again more than implies that this in turn more than implies that you are the Void's natural enemy, for it is you who is setting new events in motion. We may not understand the how yet, but our lonesome observing... Well, yes, perhaps you can imagine the profound pleasure it is. Before you go, I hope you'll be able to help. The Lady of Time, the Weaver of History. I am your biggest fan, dear lady. Could I get your autograph?
I have the last chest, the last chest, the last chest! If you believe yourself worthy of rifling through my ample treasures, I do dare you to prove it! Find my 4 sisters.
At its heart? Why, nothing, of course. The great absence of all that even the gods cannot comprehend.
Source Hunters, I welcome you once again to the realm of Rivellon after your travels through the chasms of space. I know the imp historian has told you about his agent on Rivellon, and that agent is I. So now that you know of the Alliance, and I'll be delighted to give it. Dark webs are being woven around these parts, and it is my firm belief starstones are the flies the sorcerer's spiders are trying to catch.
Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is.
It can therefore hardly be a coincidence that Councillor Jake was a collector of the stones we seek. That means the task you have been given remains crucial. Find the assassin that did away with Jake, for you're bound to stumble upon Starstone along the way. Let me phrase it like Zigzags might. A universe without time is like a pen without ink. A pointless instrument. I'll not pretend to have all the answers, or that I understand all that is happening here and out there among the stars, but I do know I'd rather err on the side of... If Zigzags worries, I worry. We are talking about a creature, after all, that has reclined among the divines as nonchalantly as you and I laze beside the hearths of home. While you were being lectured by our friend the historian, and the advantage of being a cat, you know. You go where you... That's where I saw them in a cabinet. Mere slip. Don't we all long for a sanctuary where our worldly troubles can be held at bay? But perhaps I speak only for my... Like any cat worth its salt, though, I deeply cherish... I met him first, a long time ago, out in the wastes of Youthful Gore. So I told him who I was and showed him my human form. He laughed, and in the end he even shared his great sorrow with me. The unspeakable thing you saw through... Oh, before you go, here. Take this teleporter pyramid. You'll need the other one too if you want to make use of its powers, but now that this matter has been settled, hunters, I shall detain you...
Unknown to all time, are you? Leave it to an imp to try to fill our minds with all manner of magical gobbledygook. I'll tell you who you are. Source hunters, members of the most esteemed order in Rivellon. Here to find out and grind out every last speck of dark magic in the realm. There, the enigma is solved. What are you? You think I'm... No, comrade. You can keep the honor of being the object of the... I just hope this fancy of yours doesn't interfere with your real job. Or have you forgotten? Ready to advance, ready to defend. Ask away, my friend, ask away. Always helps to know a thing or two about who's covering your back against the gnashing hordes, eh? Well, comrade, I've been around long enough. But my distrust of magic is instinctive after my years as a sorcerer. So toss your cadabra elixirs and your illusion scrolls to high heavens, comrades. As long as I don't see a hint of darkness about you. You're more than I'd hoped, comrade. I don't know what in tarnation's gotten into the town. There's Mayor Cecil's doings, for one. And on top of it all, the feline menace is lurking at every hearth and shadow. But what'll you do if a pack...
Oh, there's my pepper. Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah. There's my pepper.
My gods! What is going on here? First I have to shoo away a creeping white tomcat, and now there's a perfect stranger in my bathroom. Get out, will you? A magical pyramid, eh? Frivolous and... Out! No!
If she
you
soaks
please.
and flowers stink much
This
longer,
room is
deer will
private.
smell this lady from a field away. I'll save a leg of something good for when she begins to starve.
Don't just stand there. Go!
Away with you!
The 7 grant abundance!
What are you still doing here? Begone! We'll have none of that. You...
I've got my eyes on the prize.
mood for cheese? The excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine gourmet there.
You care to plead for his very existence?
Not in the mood for cheese. The excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine gourmet there.
Heavenly herring, delicious dogfish, yours for a scrap of gold each.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese,